properties for mic. I want to select Blue Yeti. There we go. Okay, it seems to be working now. I'll just cancel this and upload this later, I guess. Just that that's too high. Hey everybody, so it's me, Argent here. So I know I said I wasn't going to do a DSP video for a while, but it is what it is. It is that time of year, that Christmas time of year where everybody's getting to that holiday spirit. And that means that ad rates are really high on YouTube, so I might as well do another clickbait DSP video while we're at it. So thank you, you worthless humans, for the views. But on that note, I got a really interesting comment today from Adam K that I just like to talk about. There's a couple DSP videos. There's not been any really big news, but this one I think is good. It is big enough to talk about. Just once we get into this topic, if anybody has any information that they can tell me about, please post it in the chat. Just because I'm trying to kind of untangle this one, and it's been a bit tricky to find anything beyond this. Okay, so Adam K says, Argent, did you see the recent stuff about how people are not 95% sure Sammy Samosa, let's see, Justice League, yay or nay? I'll do a reaction review of it. I'm just kind of trying to figure out what to even say about it. Justice League was one of the biggest messes I've ever seen. It was a movie where they literally made every wrong decision. And yet the movie was such a disaster, I actually kind of enjoyed it. But I digress. So let's see here. So people are like 95% sure Sammy Samosa was actually Fred, or was a Fred plant. The idea that he's actually Fred is kind of awesome. Because let's just take a minute and try to untangle what would have to happen in order for this to have been Fred. So Fred is so obsessed with DSP that not only does he start his own autistic Illuminati organization that has like a secret police force that keeps track of people, doxes people, records conversations to them, and feeds them back to their dear leader. But he also has created an entire online internet persona for the sole purpose of trolling DSP by pretending to be one of his fans and then representing DSP. I don't know. It's just it's mind-boggling to think of the layers of bullshit. This is Chris Chan levels of bullshit. This is like some Liquid Chris saga levels of bullshit. So anyways, bunch of people on Kiwi Farms think so. Tons of evidence. No other SOK member has ever talked to Sammy Samosa. All the conversations with Sammy were him and Fred in a recorded chat, because Sammy apparently said he would only talk to Fred, which is sketchy. Also keep in mind the leaks where Fred had a whole conversation with that retarded kid pretending to be a girl with a voice changer. Also, Fred making a DSP superfan like a moron is definitely something he would do. But tons of other proof in that link in the Kiwi Farms thread. Keep in mind that we also know Fred is half Hispanic, and those pics of Sammy is of someone half Hispanic. It's obvious Sammy isn't a real person, though, because his Twitter has only that one pic and has barely ever been active and has no actual friends that message him, etc. In the thread, there is other damning evidence, I'm pretty convinced. I wish he would have sent me that. Also, even look in Sammy's recent vids, how there's one vid is him in a Chicago bar for the Cubs game. We know that Fred is a Cubs fan in Illinois. I think Sammy lives in California or something. But that is just something minor. All the other big things are pretty clear. But the most to me is the fact that for some reason there isn't one time Sammy talked to anyone other than Fred. That is shady, but if I add everything together, I believe it. So, this is the theory that Sammy Samosa is actually Fred Fuchs. And part of the theory is that Sammy Samosa is actually a secret Targaryen. See, when we thought there was just Aegon and Rhaenyra's born, there was also Sammy born, and Sammy was the third member of the three Targaryen children. So you had the three, and that is his backstory. So let's see here. I kind of hope it's true because that would be crazy. So let's see what the evidence is here on the Internet Police. Fred Fuchs is the alias of the self-proclaimed leader of the Sons of Kojima, a group infamous for conspiring against Darkside Phil. Not much is known about Fred. He is 28 years old. He's in University for Political Science. And let's see here. He had no presence on the web before the SOK. So that's weird. Let's see here. So, speculation and rumors. One of the things I find most interesting in looking into this is the very credible rumor that Fred is Sammy. There are several reasons for this. The first and most obvious one is that Fred obviously likes manipulating the narrative in his favor. And what better way to do that than being in control over DSP's biggest fan, make him a moron, and discredit the rumors against himself. That this would also explain why he has never shown himself on camera and seems paranoid to do so. Not because he is ugly or afraid to do so, but because who he would be revealed to be. So let's see here. Who is Sammy Samosa? Self-proclaimed DSP fan, claimed to have followed DSP since 2009, but our research could not see him mentioning DSP before 2015. He has made some public videos, but the only time we could find him talk to anyone in person is with Fred Fuchs. It seems that he has no real friends in the community, other than some weak connections to people at the King of Hate forums. While having the debates with Fred, he called him out very publicly and always set very strict rules as condition. He would only talk to Fred alone with no others interrupting. This was obviously because he was a recording made by Fred himself. Something made very clear when they had their first debate. The sound quality and acoustics in the room is the same. You almost get the feeling that they're in the same room talking to each other, which technically is true. The pitch of their voice is also identical. And Sammy is incidentally one of the easiest characters to imitate. However, it is apparent that Fred had problems being consistent and had to make an effort in being him. In this short video talking about Dragon Slayers, This Is How You Don't Play, you can see the video is cut a ridiculous amount of times. It is obvious that Fred used Sammy's trick to get Mr. Medicare back on the podcast. I think Mr. Medicare could actually tell what was going on. He called out Sammy for being a troll and questioned why he just suddenly vanished. So it's interesting because it's true. When Jim showed up on their 100th podcast, Sammy just left. Sammy has only ever talked to Fred. It's really interesting, actually. It seems possible. I mean, the last two videos I made about the whole SOK thing, I was talking about how Sammy was right about everything. And let's think of it this way. How could Sammy have known about all that stuff if he's retarded? I mean, did he just randomly guess it? I mean, if we're assuming Sammy is a real person, he's as dumb as he sounds, how is it that he was the only one who guessed like all the shady shit Fred was involved with? That he had his minions and stooges, that he was like this controlling egomaniac at the center of everything. If Sammy's that dumb, how is he the only one to figure that out and talk about it publicly? It's an interesting question. it's something that it's up in the air. Also, if we're gonna get like to another level of Meta Gear Solid level meta, what better way to discredit the truth about yourself by having a retarded character put it forward? Because you had all the Minions and Stooges stuff, and if Fred was pretending to be Sammy, then that would give Fred a good chance. Then Fred could say, "Oh, this stuff is all bullshit," because Sammy, because Sammy's stupid. So when Sammy was like, "Oh, everybody, you got all these trolls." Let's see. Play the debate and see if they talk over each other. They do talk over each other. We're going to look at the debate again in a minute. I'm just going to finish my thought. So the idea is, if Sammy, who's completely retarded, obviously, says this stuff and accuses Fred of all the stuff that he actually did, then that's going to make him... That's going to make people not take those points seriously. And if this is true, which I kind of hope it's true, this is a level of insanity I thought we were never going to get to. This is nuts. If we have people making up characters. Now, is there a chance this is true? I'd say there's maybe a 30% chance that this is true. I think if we're going whether or not that... If the chance that Sammy Samosa is a fictional person who was working for Fred is probably like 80%. There's maybe a 30% chance that... Wait, is this real? I don't know, okay? Nobody knows.
So wait, let me just clear this up. I'm a casual fan.
Okay. So you would consider yourself a casual?
I'm a casual fan. Look, I'm not doing...
Okay, it is true. The reverb and everything, the audio sounds identical.
Donating him thousands and thousands, hundreds and thousands of dollars. Okay, I don't have thousands and thousands of posts on his forum. Okay, I'm not trying to give him my phone number or take his phone number at conventions.
Okay.
Like I said, I'm a casual fan, a regular fan.
Right. But you did give him over $160 on Patreon. Like, you went the extra step. I don't think that you're a casual fan. You're very active on the forums. In fact, if you want, if you have the time, moving on from whatever point you're trying to make here, we can start to reference some points, some posts that you made on the forums, and stuff like that. Like, I would say that, you know, coming on here to...
Okay, Nasir, I don't think you understand. We're talking about Fred Fuchs, we're not talking about DSP. No, this is way too deep for DSP to do. This is about Fred. We're gonna get to some of DSP's shenanigans in a bit, but this is just the whole, it was Sammy Samosa actually Fred Fuchs playing a character
that you yourself said would be useless for Phil to do, would show that you're taking the extra step. You're trying to take us on, I guess, would be where I would point at. Like, as a matter of fact, you know, you talk about people trying to take people out and like make sure they go away. I'd say that you're trying for that. You know, you've advocated censorship on the forums. You've literally told people time after time to, quote, go away if they have criticism of Phil on the forums. If anyone's trying to get rid of anyone, I would say that would be you.
Look, I don't give a damn about the forums, okay?
Okay.
I'm just trying to understand your frame of mind. I'm trying to understand the bums of Kojima's frame of mind. Like, what are you trying to do here? What are you trying to exactly pull? Because I could expose you right now.
You have the opportunity now. You're live on the air with hundreds of people. I would love for you to quote unquote expose us.
Let's start with the charity.
Okay.
All right.
Sure.
Oh, sorry, Nasir. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't understand what you're saying. But like, if we look at the level of shit that Fred's been into. How much work would be necessary to create Sammy as controlled opposition? I don't know. Like, the amount of shit that's come out, the number of people he had information on, they had multi-levels of the Skype group. I remember Tevin did a video about it. It is just... I don't even... Like, it's bizarre.
Charity gimmick. It's a gimmick.
Okay.
And the reason it's a gimmick is because Phil launched his Patreon first, and then you followed suit a month later to counteract him.
Okay. I'm glad you brought that up.
Hold on.
Okay.
Okay, so they do talk over each other. But I don't know, like, it depends if this is live or not. Because they claim this is live, but if this is pre-recorded, Fred could have just pre-recorded and edited this whole thing together. And the thing that's so crazy is I could see him actually doing that. I could see this guy being so crazy, so just desperate for control and to get a DSP that he would actually go to the trouble of spending hours to edit this whole thing together and doing the back and forth between himself and Sammy.
Oh, okay, that's the first thing.
Let's address it one by one then, all right? So
Charity, you're trying...
Now, that being said, I think there's approximately a 0% chance that Sammy's a real person. And there's some reasons for that. So that's just a bit of that. So let's just look at Sammy's Twitter. So we have Sammy Samosa here. He's only made 353, and then he could play the recording live. Exactly, Eva. Exactly my point. So we have Sammy Samosa here. So he only has 353 tweets, which is very few. He's only following 9 people. Okay. Just a couple random people. How many followers does he have? Mostly DSP detractors seem to follow him. So his last tweet was back in March. Now, do I think that Fred did this? I don't know. But it's an interesting theory. It's crazy. It's interesting enough to like actually take a look at it. Your community depends on you. Why can't you force him to get a regular job? So then we have him there. Let's see here. So they retweeted. Maybe Sammy's me. That's interesting. I should do that. I should have a fake persona, like a fake detractor. That would take too much work, though. DSP is trying to ride the YouTube train as long as possible. So, like, he makes posts very infrequently. He doesn't really seem to actually interact with anybody on Twitter. Let me just think here for a minute. All I have to say to the people who think that I'm Sammy Samosa is this.
You got me.
That's all I have to say. So, like, if we look at Sammy Samosa's, like, it just looks so fake. So, we have virtually no content here. We have 115 subscribers. It literally looks like something that was put up solely to be, like, there's just nothing here. It's just, let's see here. Let me see here what's going on. Yeah, I heard about the Twitter purge. I just never really been on Twitter much, to be honest. Let me see here.
Long. It was 37 minutes the sweet spot. Just because your This Is How You Don't Play is 3 hours long doesn't make it any good. It makes it fucking boring. Go watch it, This Is How You Don't Play, because it's on Phil's channel. And he's gonna be getting, you know, some. So go watch that shit. It was funny shit. It was funny. It was funny as hell. People, go watch the This Is How You Don't Play. It's the best one yet. And it's on Phil's
You're right,
channel.
there are ones that are 8
So
years
that's
old.
also a good thing.
That's an interesting,
I
yeah.
just came back from work, and I'm gonna go watch it again.
I don't know what to say. It's not a bad idea that they do know each other. Let's see, does he talk in his old videos, maybe? I don't know what to say. This rabbit hole is really deep. So I don't know what to say. So let's see here. So we have the SoCast. So that was just the theory that people had that Sammy Samosa and Fred are actually the same person. Just briefly, because what Fred did, and that's another thing that adds kind of some depth to this, is Fred has done this in the past. This is a video of him using a voice changer to pretend to be a woman in order to troll a kid, an autistic kid.
Yeah, I would too. I mean, Second Amendment rights.
I would shoot my computer monitor if it had a picture of him on it.
So would I. What do you think, Puck?
So what do you say, Buck?
What did I say about what?
Would you shoot Jonathan Ross if he came in your house like that one guy?
Well, if he came in with a gun, I would just came in like draw.
What if he came in like naked?
I would just close the door and say, "Get the fuck out of my house."
What if they like try to force you to get on your knees and send you comfortable ankles?
I would still kick him out of my house.
So I don't know. This whole thing's pretty weird.
And he had a gun.
So I don't know. I just thought I'd bring that up. It was an interesting theory. And like I said, I wanted to get some cheap views because it's December. Also, I just haven't streamed in a while. I'll have a real stream later. I'll try to put up a real video tomorrow. I hope everybody's been liking the Ava series. Been putting a lot of time and work into that. I have up to episode 10 done now. I've just decided I'm going to release them at a rate of 2 per week, just so I don't fall behind and there'll always be content to have. So, anyways, let's get into the rest of the DSP stuff for this month. There hasn't been anything really
Hey guys,
big,
I'm Carly Kloss, and
but
I just
it's
created my
enough to
own
go into
website
detail
with
about it.
Wix.
Go to Wix.com to create your stunning
The guy was
website today.
autistic, so he believed it.
Tyler, play the game!
By the way, hashtag Phil Snort for now.
Oh my god! What the fuck?
Oh my god. Oh my god, excuse me. Oh my god. Oh, excuse me. Devour. Trying to clear it out, and it's not working. Just a stupid frog in my throat. Devour. I think I just got it, actually. Okay, that was delicious. Oh, sound good?
Now, I got a few things to discuss here today on the pre-stream. The first, folks, you may not be aware of this is very important. in the United States of America, later tonight, it's actually at 2 a.m. on Sunday, the 5th. So that would be...
As I've said, DSP's been slowly going insane due to his complete lack of contact with any other human being. You know, it's interesting because I just finished reading a book, Return from the Stars. If you haven't watched Return from the Stars, then I recommend reading it. It's an excellent book by Lem, the famous Polish science fiction writer. But in Return from the Stars, they talk about one of the things you have to do to become an astronaut for deep space missions. And one of the things you have to do is they put you inside of a space capsule, and you have to sit there for a month doing nothing. They don't give you anything to do. You can just eat, sleep, and drink water, and that's pretty much it. And that's a test to whether or not you have the patience for a month-long for a deep space voyage. The other thing they do is they will leave you out in space, floating in a spacesuit for like a couple days, and in kind of complete darkness with no radio receiver. And these people... Oh, Adam, cool. I was hoping you'd show up. Could you maybe message me with some, if you have more evidence, like some of the links to Kiwi farms, and I'll go into that. But anyways, my point is, those things would drive people insane, and some of them killed themselves afterwards because of how isolated they are. That is less isolation than DSP's average life. He's probably been without any sort of human contact for the last, I don't know, like 6 months now. I don't know if he even talks to anybody on the phone. So he's just been doing these vlogs.
13 hours from now, our daylight savings time ends, alright? It's hilarious because a lot of people are still debating why we still do it. And a lot of people are like, I don't even know, it doesn't serve any purpose anymore. Like, you know, years and years ago, daylight savings time, or it's actually daylight saving time, by the way, not savings. Daylight saving time had a purpose, and it doesn't anymore. Like, it really doesn't serve anything for anybody at all.
Nobody.
And it seems like it's just a waste of time. Like, it's so stupid because, you know, every certain amount of months we have to remember to change our clocks.
I'm not a whiny baby.
And it throws everybody off because all business changes. All the times of all the businesses around here change.
This dude is literally delaying his... When was the last time DSP touched a living human? Maybe the last time he got his hair cut? I don't know.
The banks, you know, everything in America, in the United States, changes by this hour. So, honestly, you know, I have to...
Sorry, just to respond to what Sam McAdams said, to be fair, talking to people on the internet is a form of human interaction as low as it is. That's not really... Okay, I include that. Sorry, let me clarify. I do count that as tied to people. I have a number of very good friends who I know in real life, but they're away at university or they're away on work on something, and I don't always have time to speak to them in person. So, because I don't always have time to speak to them to meet them in person because they're in different places, I talk to them over the internet. Maybe through speech, maybe through text, etc., but that's human interaction. My thing, what I'm trying to say about Phil is Phil doesn't interact with people. He doesn't talk to his fans. He doesn't hang out with any of them. Like, I guess... I'm just trying to think of, like... I think you can alleviate your loneliness a lot if you can speak to another person. Like, you know another person, you talk to them over the internet, that's having a friend. That is real human interaction. But my issue is, Phil doesn't even have that. He doesn't speak to his fans on Skype. He doesn't text them. He just literally yells at them. Anytime they try to talk back to him at all, they just go after him. I don't know. So let's just continue.
Time too.
My point being, and why I'm going through all of this, is that's how insane he's getting, and that's why he does this random bullshit.
Because if I don't, then I won't even be aligned with all the businesses and everything around here. So my streams will change by 1 hour starting tomorrow. And what does that mean? It's fall back, meaning we gain an hour. So it's so stupid. At 2 a.m., our clocks will roll back to 1 a.m. I know that sounds really stupid, because it is, but that's what it is. We gain an hour. So that means tomorrow.
It is
yes,
what
I'll
it
be streaming
is.
At the same times, but not really. It'll actually be an actual hour later in the day that I will be streaming. So yeah, it'll be. So FYI, just so you guys are aware, tomorrow I will be here for the stream. You know, it'll be, you know, business as usual for zombies, but keep in mind that it's daylight saving time, and therefore it will be an hour.
Holy
later
shit,
than
he
usual.
rambles least with.
Okay.
He rambles
Apparently
more than
in
I
the
do.
European Union over in Europe, it already happened. You guys already did it. That's what I mean too. Why it's so stupid. It's so confusing because different places in the world do it at different times, and so it's like, what time is it?
Completely brain dead. Nothing between here and here.
You know, for someone across the world, what time is it? I don't know. The times are all screwed up. Times all screwed up everywhere, man. A lot of countries are getting.
Time is screwed up. It is what it is. Nothing I can do, but I digress. He doesn't even like know what days and nights are anymore. He watched all of Mindhunters in 2 days, which took me quite a while actually to get through it. But yeah.
Getting rid of it because they're like, what is the point of this stupid thing? It doesn't matter.
It's sad that he thinks a good goal is for people to give him money to see him get drunk. The thing is that whenever DSP would do playthroughs while drunk, they were a lot better. If he started drinking again, it just started rambling on about bullshit. That would make it less fun, boring. Raging Phil while drunk is awesome.
So pointless. So, I guess we'll see. We'll see how it goes with this, but hopefully people will be here on time tomorrow. That's the other thing I gotta make sure with the people who I'm co-oping with tomorrow that they're aware of the daylight saving time change.
They're aware.
So I don't go to do zombies tomorrow and there's nobody around.
How could you not be
I,
aware?
as of last night, hit the record for the most number of subscriptions I've ever had on the stream at once. And actually, right now, I want to say shout out to Hobbs1017 who just subbed to the channel.
Sometimes I seriously think that people are incredibly fucking stupid. I don't understand what they were thinking.
Thank you very much for that, Hobbs. What I'm doing right now is refreshing. I want to see how many subs I have because I may have now topped that. Let's see. Hold on. Yes, as of right now, I have 292 subscribers to my channel. That's the most I've ever had. So thank you very much to everyone who has subscribed to the channel.
Thanks for the money, dummy.
I don't know much about Twitch. That doesn't seem like that many, given how... I don't know, given like the amount of attention DSP gets, given the number of subscribers he has on YouTube, given just everything about him. Did you play the 9 to 5 job vid? Oh, it's in the queue list, don't worry. I got all the good ones in the queue list.
Because that's exactly what you fucking are. A bunch of fucking empty-headed idiots who paid me money to get absolutely nothing out of it. Thanks. Wow. Some people are just fucking idiots. What else can I say? You gotta be an idiot.
Vimeo changed my life. I had this constant need to film.
What else can I say? You got...
Time that you sub. So to give you an example, right now it's 1:20 p.m. If someone last month...
Okay, one second. This is going to be amazing. Listen to this.
Subbers. I say subs for my subs, not my subbers. Subbers sounds like you're talking to like a 5-year-old. Hey, little subbers.
I'm a mature adult.
The thing is, though, that I'm worried about, folks, is the way the subscriptions work on Twitch is that they're literally live per the time that you sub. So to give you an example, right now it's 1:20 p.m. If someone last month subscribed at 1:22 p.m. a month ago, and they don't automatically resub, because maybe let's say they did a Twitch Prime subscription or whatever, they will automatically be decreased from my sub count at 1:22 p.m. And I see this all the time during the streams. I'll be playing, and I'll say, oh, I got 5 new subs today, and then I go look at the subtotal, and the subtotal overall went down for the day, and I'm like, huh? And that's what it is, you know, it's a net for the whole day. So...
If a few more people subscribe today, you know, soon, give their money, give their money. You know how rude it is to ask people about money? You should not ask about fucking money. If Phil's a beggar, I need that money. I really do. I need that money. Anything for this, right?
That means that we'll hit the 300 point cap and I'll be able to add more emotes, which would be awesome. But I don't know. There's no guarantee that we're actually going to hit that, okay? But we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Excuse me.
Shout out to Game That.
Why is he like autistically explaining how like subs work? It's like the exact minute you lose that. It's like the exact minute that I lose subs, so we have to get like more subs than like we have to beat like before 11:35 tomorrow if we get one more person to sub because they expire it. Like, who talks like this? I can't follow it.
Cheers, hello Phil. You should do a Patriots choice with poorly cooking with the king. When fans vote on what you should cook. Well, it's like I said, someone suggested this the other day as well, but you probably were not here. The reason I ended poorly cooking with the king is because I don't have anything else to do. Like, I cooked to the extent of my cooking abilities. I don't have a good, I'm not a good cook, folks. I'm not, alright? I don't have a lot of versatility when it comes to cooking in the kitchen.
Basically, there's a few things I can do. I can bake something if it's really easy to bake, and I can fry something in a pan.
And you know, I can maybe make a couple sandwiches and stuff like that, paninis, breakfast stuff like eggs. That's about it. I can't do much of anything else besides my homemade sauce, which is because my mom...
I love how a Patreon goal... Okay, so for a Patreon goal, people are offering him to pay him like $1,200 to like $1,400 a month, $1,400 to do a shitty vlog of him cooking. And he won't do it. He's too fucking lazy to do that. Like, it's bizarre, man. I don't even know how to talk about it. It is just, I don't know.
Taught me, and I've now been perfecting that recipe for 3.5 years.
It's like, okay, if somebody wanted to pay me like $1,200 to make poorly cooking with the Templar, or I don't know, cooking with the Templar, or Argent sauce, or I don't know, something like that, and they wanted me to make penne on camera, I would do that. I do that for $100. I do that for $50. I might actually do that at some point. I need to get a tripod for my phone, and someday where just everybody's out, and do like a parody video where I cook on camera or something as a joke. But reactionary recipes, perfect. Because I want to open a restaurant called Based Burger, and all Based Burger will sell is hamburgers made with the meat of bulls that are killed during bullfights, and that's all they'll serve, and it'll be Based Burger. Let's see here. People want to see him fail cooking. Yeah, he's too late. Like, people are offering him. It's funny because people... You'll see this when we get to the review thing, because it's like, people are like, DSP, do reviews. DSP, do reviews. DSP, do reviews. Do Cooking with the King. Do Friend Requests Ridicule. And he won't do them. His fan base is asking him to do something.
But outside of that,
No, I don't really have much cooking ability, alright? I'm terrible at chopping vegetables.
I don't really have any kind of baking or culinary or anything like that. Nothing. No kind of expertise. So people are like, oh, well, we'll just do a random recipe. Like, so what you want me to do is take time away from working, where, this is how I pay my bills, to one day somehow figure out how to live stream out of my kitchen, which I also don't know how I would do. I guess I'd have to mess with my phone and find a way to mount my phone on a tripod or something in order to film it.
Why does he have to live stream it? Why can't he just film it like he films everything else?
And keep in mind, the video quality on a phone isn't great either. Just throwing that out there, because a lot of people are like, oh, it's in real life streaming. You do realize...
Doesn't he have a camera?
I said, like, video streaming on a phone is not good. It's not. It's pretty shitty. I'm just saying, but... and so then you want me to not only figure all that out, then you want me to do a random recipe I've never done before.
No, but that's not true. I know people who do professional, like, videography and stuff, who use their phones. Like, they'll get a tripod for it, they'll get it, like, maybe a boom mic for it. But you can stream like 720, 1080p using a decent smartphone if the internet connection's okay. It looks perfectly fine. I don't know.
Obviously, it's probably going to come out wrong.
And stream live from my...
Yeah, that's the point.
Yes, maybe the prep work would be interesting. Absolutely. Okay, I'm chopping the ingredients, I'm putting them together or whatever to make this meal. But what about the cooking time? What do you want me to do? Sit around with my thumb up my ass? I realistically don't see how this could be an entertaining idea. I don't.
Oh, come on, it would be amazing. Okay, so let's get into the better stuff.
Shout out to Ornites, who did a 10-bit cheer. He says, Phil, how are you on leg day? If you don't understand the term leg day, I mean, how is your cardio? I do not exercise. Everyone knows this. I don't exercise. I should, but I don't. Eventually I would like to. And I think that what it's coming down to, it's to the point where I basically just...
Sorry, I just have to say something. Sorry.
To motivate myself to do it and find the time to do it. Because right now my schedule does not permit me the opportunity to do it. I wake up, I use the restroom and get dressed, you know, for today's stream, and you know, I go downstairs, usually have a drink or something in the morning very quickly, and then I'm right into streaming.
Oh
streaming
my God.
for, you know, 4 or 5 hours, then uploading, then getting ready for dinner, doing dinner. As soon as I'm done, I'm right back on stream, and then by the time that I'm done, it's already 11 at night, you know? It's literally a solid 12 plus hours of me just getting work.
It's a 12-hour day. It's a 12, like it's too much. Nobody else works 12-hour days. I mean, I work pretty much a 12-hour day. Because I leave the house at what, like 7:30, and I get home at about 7, at about like 6:30. Okay, so maybe like, when did leg day mean cardio? I have no idea what leg day even means. I've never heard of that before in my life. But I just... No, I don't really work out, but, well, I don't know. My form of exercise is I go for an hour-long walk as a couple days a week. Normally weekends, I have a treadmill in the basement. I need to get back in shape, but I at least work like 10, 11 hours a day once you include my... what's it again? Anyways.
Work done, and by then it's already now time, it's the end of the day. And so there really is no built-in time in my schedule to work out. It's
no
not to say there
built-in
couldn't be,
time.
it's that there just is, I haven't done it, you know? And also there's an issue of space. You know, right now I have 0 space to do it.
0 space to do it. He lives in like a house built for a family by himself.
Eventually, if I could clean out the extra office, I could use that office for that kind of stuff, all right? And so
doesn't he have like a living room? You know what he could do? Okay, guys, I got a really like crazy idea. Get a treadmill. Treadmills aren't expensive. I got mine for what, like $220. I just bought it used. Disassembled it, threw it in the back of the car, brought it over. So yeah, so I got the treadmill. I have it in the basement. I watch movies on Netflix. I mean, he goes, what he could literally do, and I mean, in his case, there's no excuse for him not being healthy. Because he lives on his own. And in a lot of cases, why people get unhealthy is because they work like 50, 60 hours a week. They don't have time to cook for themselves. They're too tired. They spend too much time in transit, etc. So, like what he could do is get a treadmill and just walk on it while he's watching Netflix in the evening. And that would dramatically improve his physical health. But people who run businesses don't think that way.
You should have someone come rent the room and stuff. People don't seem to understand that the office is not even cleaned out yet, all right? A lot of shit is still in there. And the reason being, I never really talked about this at length. I'll very briefly discuss it right now. In the state of Washington, okay? In the state of Washington, ladies and gentlemen, they are incredibly strict on garbage removal. This is considered a green state, okay? They have limits on what they will allow you to be picked up for garbage. I know that sounds silly to some people because you're like, I just put whatever I want out on the curb and they'll take it, right? No, not in the state of Washington. In the state of Washington, no lie, you're limited to 1 garbage can every 2 weeks. That's it. If you make more garbage than that...
Okay, so I gotta start over again.
I know that sounds silly to some people because you're like, I just put whatever I want out on the curb and they'll take it, right? No, not in the state of...
Really? I don't know anywhere like that's still like that. I know in Canada... We haven't been able to do that for like a decade.
Washington. In the state of Washington, no lie, you're limited to 1 garbage can every 2 weeks. That's it. If you make more garbage than that, you have to pay extra money to have the garbage removed. That's not an exaggeration. That's the God's honest truth. You have to pay extra money because they're very green here with everything that they do. Okay? So, what I've been doing is cleaning out the house. You know, let's face it, my ex-girlfriend had a lot of stuff involved with all kinds of stuff that she did here.
Now, to be semi-fair, like, where I live, they only pick up garbage every other week, but they pick up recycling every week. So, yeah.
Soap making, and you know, when she started with her soap making years and years ago, she did a lot of experimenting of, gee, what kind of soap do I want to make for the business and stuff like that. And she has bags and bags of ingredients.
To quote Elliot Rodger, Fuck you, you fucking detractor. You ruined my life.
Ingredients and colorants and soap that she made that she
Yeah, shit that you bought her. Ha ha.
never sold, and she wasn't gonna sell it. It was just for personal experimentation and stuff like that. I'm not even lying. There's probably about, if I were to actually put all the shit together that was left behind when she moved out, probably about 3 to 4 full garbage cans of shit in this house. All right, that's the God's honest truth. And her office has a lot of leftover shit in it that she didn't take with her. A lot. I mean, I'm not just saying, oh, 1 or 2. No, pretty much the whole office was almost full of shit. And so what I've been doing is, over the past several months, is I take the stuff in the house that's, you know, not mine.
Okay, one
I'm not
second.
even lying. There's probably about, if I were to actually put all the business and stuff like that, and she has bags and bags of ingredients and colorants and soap
Oh my
that
god.
she made that she never...
I love how he says it's like it's a mystery. It's like, oh, if I'd have to pay money to have it picked up. Well, it's like, okay, then just pay a bit of extra money. I know when I was renting a house, well, I was renting a room in a house. I was with a bunch of people I didn't know, and those people were fucking insane. They partied every night. They completely trashed the entire house. One of their biggest things was they refused to put garbage out. So, because they didn't put garbage out, it all just piled up in the garage. And when spring came and it was time to move out, there was, I think, about 20 garbage bags or so in the garage. So I just said, fuck it, I don't want to live in this pigsty. So I went out and just bought a bunch of tags, and it wasn't really that much money. I think it was like $20 to get all of them.
Were sold, and she wasn't gonna sell it. It was just for personal experimentation and stuff like that. I'm not even lying. There's probably about, if I were to actually put all the shit together that was left behind when she moved out, probably about 3 to 4 full garbage cans of shit in this house. All right, that's the God's honest truth. And her office has a lot of leftover shit in it that she didn't take with her. A lot. I mean, I'm not just saying, oh, 1 or 2. No, pretty much the whole office was almost full of shit. And so what I've been doing...
Full of shit, Leanna. Your entire life was shit. Fuck you.
...is, over the past several months, is I take the stuff in the house that's, you know, not mine anymore. I don't want it. You know, leftover shit. I bag it up, and I take it to a trash can. I leave it in my garage. And then gradually what I do is every 2 weeks when it's time to throw out the trash, I look in my own trash cans. Is there room this week? Is there a little extra room? And if there is, I'll take a bag of the shit, and I'll put it in there, and I'm gradually whittling it down, okay? At this point, pretty much everything outside of...
Dude, just spend the $20 and throw the rest of it out. Like, this is so complicated. And why do we even know about this? This is, like... This is the definition of pathetic.
...the office, because she had shit everywhere in this house. Seriously.
Shit everywhere in this house. Fuck her.
She had, we had storage cabinets and stuff in the kitchen that were full of soap-making stuff.
Full of
soap. It was
soap.
ludicrous how much shit she had in this house. Kind of hoarded away. So little by little, I'm getting rid of it. All right, one more bag, and I'll finally be enough that I can start cleaning out the office. I'll finally be able to start cleaning it out. And that's when people are like, oh, you should have had someone come in right away and rent a room, and you could have had extra income, or you should use that room right away for filming and for exercise. I can't. The room is full of shit. And
there's nothing he could do. Absolutely not. Like, there's no way he could have cleaned that room out faster. Remember when he said that when his parents came, they took out the garbage in his garage because when he moved in there, they had the previous people had left trash all over the place, like bags of trash, and he was too lazy to take them out. And his excuse was, I had to keep working for the business. So literally, he had someone's garbage in his garage for like 3 years because he couldn't be bothered to drag it to the curb.
I'm not able to get rid of it. Okay, so that's the thing. It's a gradual process I've been doing slowly over the months and months. I really didn't start. I'll be honest. I didn't really start cleaning anything out till the summer. We broke up in late April, early May. She moved out in around early to mid May, and it took a couple months for me to even start to touch the stuff.
Didn't Phil say, like, in his tweet longer, this is the only time I'm going to address this. I'm never going to talk about my breakup again. And then he just constantly talks about it.
It wasn't an easy breakup. And,
okay, yeah.
I really was, like, not in the mood to do anything with it. Then I finally did this summer, started cleaning the shit out. And, you know, now, after months and months of whittling it down, I'm finally down to the point where I can finally, get the stuff finally starting to throw it out, okay? So that's the thing. A lot of people are just always thinking that I have this extra room. The moment that she moved out, the room was empty, and you could have used it for anything, and you're just wasting the space. It's not the case at all. The whole room is full of garbage that, you know, I need to get rid of it. So, all right.
It is what it is. Nothing I can do.
Send me leftover soap. Well, here's the thing: the soap that are left here aren't exactly the highest quality either, folks. It's like I said, when she was first starting and she was experimenting. Oh, do I want to do colder or cold process soap or melt and pour soap? I know a lot of people don't even know the difference, but there are different types of soap she was trying. She was trying different colors, different ingredients and things in them. She wanted to basically see what's like the ideal best soap to sell, and eventually she did figure it out. But she's got bags and bags of this shit. It's not even that good. You know, some of it's bad. It's just stuff she made and she never got rid of. You know, and sadly, it's because I own the house. It falls on me to fucking get rid of it, you know. Even though she should have taken care of all her stuff, she left a tremendous amount of shit behind. That now I have to, you know, take up the reins of cleaning the fucking house out. Which, you know, no, I'm not too pleased about it, but I guess that's life, right? That's what happens. All right, and shout out to Attorney of Forever did another 25-bit cheer. He says, you got any of the soap unused that you was to say your favorite kind of rain? Now, pretty much any soap that I wanted to use, I used, and that's it. It's not like I'm not sitting on a bunch of high-quality usable soaps. Like I said, the soap that was left behind is not the ones that she was selling. It's little, she made a bunch of little mini soaps, like little portable ones that she was using as like free samples and stuff like that. And she left behind a shit ton of shipping boxes. And she left behind, you know, all kinds of shit. You know, she had all the storage bins and stuff that are left behind.
Fuck her, she's a fucking detractor.
Puzzles, I think she left.
She left puzzles. It was a puzzle why she was with me.
High quality stuff that Phil could resell or send it. No, it's nothing like that.
It's not.
Shit, just stuff to throw out. That's gonna take forever.
Fuck her.
So,
fuck her, that fucking detractor for not. Like, it's just. Like. I just don't even know how to, like, describe this guy. He's just so clueless. He can't figure it out. He can't figure out how to, like, throw this stuff out. He just can't. It's like to anybody else, they would just go, okay, we got all this shit. I'm just gonna take a weekend. I'm just gonna throw all this crap out, and we'll do, and that'll be done. And then I won't have to think about it again. That's, I think, what... The thought process of him not being able to figure out how to get rid of garbage is mind-boggling. And the fact that we know about this, and the fact that he spent, like, half an hour talking about it, is profoundly disturbing.
He says, would it be difficult to adjust to doing a 9 to 5 now that you're out of it for so long? Dude, can I be honest with you? Doing a 9 to 5 would be easy. Because I wake up, get ready for work, go to work, right? Do my work, come home, and I'm done. And sadly, that's just not my life anymore. My life is wake up, get ready for stream, go to stream, done with the stream, upload the videos for the stream, rush downstairs to make food quickly, you know, stuff my face, clean up the kitchen, rush back upstairs, get another stream going. Then when you know, play that stream's done, upload the videos. Now I gotta babysit the videos, you know. My work day, no exaggeration, it runs from about, I say 11:30 to 12 until about 12. It's about 12 straight hours of activity related to the job because, you know, it's just constant stuff going on. And then, even then, it's not, because I'm not, even though I like to disconnect at night, you know, I still got to be in the know what's going on and follow social media and everything. And half the time I get emails overnight about this video got fucked up and claimed, and this video was fucking this and that, and I got to fuck with stuff. When I had the office job, I was able to kind of disconnect. I had the office job and I would work it, and then I could disconnect from it and do other stuff. And I really don't get that great feeling of disconnect doing this job.
Oh no.
If anything, the most difficult thing about having an office job would be the commute. Having to commute back and forth. The travel time sucks.
It does suck.
The travel time back and forth always sucks. Because it's just wasted time, basically. It really is. You aren't getting anything from driving there and back. You know, that's why working from home is so beneficial. It doesn't, there's no wasted time, no wasted effort. You know what I mean? No vaccine.
I don't think DSP's had wasted effort at any point in his life. That would imply DSP has had effort at any point in his life. Yeah.
One, because I don't have much, if any, disposable income to be wasting on shit like that. And it's incredibly expensive to go see movies in the theater.
It's incredibly expensive. It's not incredibly expensive to go see movies in the theaters. Let me think. How much does it cost in Canada to go see a movie in the theater? It costs like $13 Canadian to go see a movie, which is like nothing compared to anything else. I mean, let's think, like, what else do people do for entertainment that costs money? To buy a couple drinks at a bar is more money than that. To go to any kind of show or concert, because I know I like to go to the symphony, and like to get a symphony ticket would be like, to get a ticket to Toronto Symphony Orchestra, if there's not a sale on, would be like $70-$80 or something like that. So it's not very expensive. It's I know people complain about theater prices, but if you're not a retard and you don't spend like $30 on food, then it's actually fairly economical. Like, I can go and get a large popcorn and a movie ticket for like $20. That's not a lot of money. And the fact that he did shit like pay an extra like $300 a month if you add up his cell phone, his landline, and his cable, and he didn't even notice that. Yeah.
And number two, because I heard it's terrible. There's a viewer of mine.
It was shitty. It was
and he already saw the
awful.
movie and he said it sucked.
It did suck.
Much as everyone kind of suspected.
It was awful, but
I said hello.
in a
I
good
said hello
way.
was like giving me an interrogation today. Now they ask, well, couldn't you just review the movie and make money on it? Sure, except that the review would be demonetized. Like everything else on
it would
YouTube.
be demonetized.
All my vlogs get
Everything.
demonetized, no matter what. So if I reviewed the movie, it would immediately get demonetized. I'd not make no money on it. So then not only would I have spent money to see the movie, then I would have spent time when I could have been playing games and making money, making a video review of the movie and made no money on that either. So it's a double whammy. There you go.
So his life is much harder than working a 9 to 5. Okay, but that's not how 9 to 5s work anymore. Like, in a lot of cases, you're on call 24/7. If something happens, then you have to go like to your computer and do work. And sometimes you have to work through weekends. Sometimes you have to work nights, and it can be very tiring and it can be very difficult. And it's not just you go there, you punch in the clock, you leave after 8 hours and go home. That's not the way business works. That's not the way life works. Do I think there's an issue with work-life balance in our culture? Yes, it's very true. Why not just record his thoughts and call it a review like Your Movie Sucks does with his quickie reviews, or like I do with my reaction reviews? Because he's too lazy to do that. This dude is just that lazy. Like, I know I've one weekend we had a major project, so I had to work till 2 a.m. Friday, till 2 a.m. Saturday, until 2 a.m. Sunday. So I probably worked like 30 to 40 hours in 3 days. I mean, no, it's like, I'm not saying like these are bad things. So to a certain extent, okay, here's the thing. I kind of understand where he's coming from, because when I was in school and I had all these projects and stuff, it was constantly on my mind, because every moment I was like, okay, I have to get through this. I got to get this stuff done. I got to get this stuff done. There wasn't really a time you could necessarily turn your mind off of it. You didn't really complete everything until the end of the term. Whereas when I was working at the movie theater and I was finished cleaning the theaters and got to go home at the end of my shift, I didn't have to think about it anymore. So I kind of get what he's saying, but he's just retarded.
All right, good evening, everybody. Good evening, good evening, good evening. How is everyone tonight? Hopefully the answer is well. I'm doing pretty good. I am full. I had a good dinner today. I had a chicken patty, caramelized onion flavored chicken patty, fresh, quickly fried it up with lettuce, red onion, 2 slices of fresh vine ripened tomato on a brioche bun with a little bit of Italian dressing, light Italian dressing. It was pretty good. I had a little bit of macaroni salad as a side as well. Pretty good dinner.
It's funny because he tries to sound like he made it. And for a minute, I'm like, did he make it? And then he says, oh, I had the macaroni salad as a side. So I guess he went out for it. He was trying really hard to make his... I don't know, like his sandwich sound like it's something special. I don't know.
And wrapped up a couple things.
Vine ripened tomato as opposed to like ripened somewhere
Look at
else.
a
I
few
guess.
things here. What else did I do? I looked at my phone.
I looked at
as
my
you guys
phone.
know, I've been trying to cut back on cost here. I've been doing everything
Yeah.
I possibly can to try to cut back on cost.
He hasn't been trying at all. Like, it turns out that he had been paying for, like, cable and his girlfriend's cell phone and a bunch of other shit he didn't need. It was like $400 or $500 a month of just nonsense he was paying for.
To make ends meet, right? And one of the things I recently did is I downgraded my cell phone plan. It's now half what it used to be. I got rid of cable television. It's gone. Went from a $140 a month cable bill to a $40 a month bill with blah, 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 blah. Say that again. With PS View. PS View is the Sony on-demand cable service, and it records all the stuff I want. I watch it. It's awesome. I've been watching so many shows on it recently, like The Gifted, Hell's Kitchen, obviously Raw and SmackDown, Walking Dead I'm recording now. I'm watching a lot of stuff on my new PS View, which is awesome. So I'm looking for...
Okay, sorry, I just want to go back for a second. Whoa. Keep in mind, this man just said he has no free time. Literally every second of his day is consumed by work.
And cable service, and it records all the stuff I want. I watch it. It's awesome. I've been watching so many shows on it recently.
I've been watching so many shows on it recently. Okay.
Gifted, Hell's Kitchen, obviously Raw and SmackDown, Walking Dead I'm recording now. I'm watching a lot of stuff.
Watching a lot. He's getting through all of this stuff. And keep in mind, he has no free time. It's harder than a 9-to-5 job.
So I'm looking for something else. I'm looking at the other stuff. What else can I cut back on? What else could I skim here to reduce costs? And I realized, when I first moved here, when I first moved to this house back in June of 2014, one of the things that honestly I was not going to get, but my parents of all people insisted I get, was a landline phone, through Comcast. Now I told them, I said, listen, you have to realize that everything's the same now. Like cell phone, landline phone, they're all through the internet. They're all, the cell phone's through the cell tower. The landline phone is through the internet lines. None of it is really the old landline phones anymore. They don't really exist in these more populated urban areas. They're all over, data now. So I think what it is, my parents are so afraid, they're so terrified that my cell phone won't work for some reason, and something will happen and they won't be able to reach me and I won't be able to reach them and stuff like that. I don't know. But I told...
That doesn't sound like the truth at all.
I told them, I was like, I really don't want to get it. They basically told me, you have to get it. Too bad. We want you to have a landline phone line no matter what. Okay, whatever you...
I just want to say something. You are fucking Detractor's parents. You ruined my life. You ruined my life when you didn't give me that Wolverine.
Say parents, so I got it. And then finally, I did have a chance to finally talk with the president of the condo association.
A machinima? Oh.
And I gave him the information in regards to getting a gate code set up. And basically what that means is, as I told you guys before, this is a private gated community. You cannot get in without permission of someone letting you in, or a gate code, or one of these handy dandy guys, the clickers.
Oh, wait a minute. Bugged space mechanics. He said he had no space in his house. You remember that. He said he had no space in his house. Look at that. I see empty space.
Handy dandy guys, the clickers, which open for a gate. Okay. So what they're going to do is program in my new home phone number into the gate. When someone drives up, they're going to see, oh, Burnell will be on the panel. They dial Burnell, and it dials to me, and I'll get a call here on my home phone. I'll be able to pick it up, confirm who it is. If it's someone who I want to let in, I hold down a certain button and it just opens the gate for them. So I will not have to be, giving out my personal gate code, which is horrible. You should not be doing that. I won't have to run up to the gate, which is on the other side of the freaking, facility here, community. Every time someone shows up, I'll be able to just let them in easily. And, at first, when I first signed up for everything here, everything was cheap because they have these, package deal for the first year. Everything's inexpensive and everything.
This dude has such little street smarts. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's funny how he keeps saying that YouTube is book smart, not street smart. Like, it's just... I love how he doesn't get it. Like, he can't understand... Like, he talks about this all the time. He's like, oh, the rate I thought was gonna always be low. They gave me, like, these big deals that I've seen... Okay, so these the company that gave me these really great deals, but it didn't go. It didn't go well. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to think of how to even describe this. Like, how can someone not know that? How can someone, like, not, like, when you hear your cable company go, oh, don't worry, it's only going to be this much for the first 3 months. How can you not ask, how much is it going to be after the first 3 months? Like, there's no ability to plan ahead. And he forgot about it. I don't know.
So over the years that I've lived here, it's basically come to the point where everything I do is through my cell phone. I never use my landline phone at all. Never. Except the landline phone is actually hooked up to the call box that we have at the front where I live, because I live in a private community. You can't just come in here. There's a gate and there's a call box. You have to buzz someone, and then they'll answer their phone and they buzz you in. Okay. So, really, and this is serious. The only other time I use the phone...
The poor man who lives in a gated community. I don't live in a gated community. Nobody I know lives in a gated community. But keep in mind, he is poor, guys.
Besides buzzing
he is
people
impoverished.
In to package, or if I order food, is it when I call my parents? I usually call my parents once a week, just to get caught up with them and find out what's going on.
What a piece of shit! Who would accept this fan art? Like, who would accept the fan art of his like jerk off face? What a fucking sleazy asshole!
But I told them a few months ago, I was like, listen guys, at this point, my financials are so bad where I really need to save as much money as possible. I don't even know how much I pay on this phone, but I would guarantee you, because it's Comcast, it's
I don't know how much I pay.
Probably expensive, and I'm sure I could probably get, something else, or just use the cell phone for cheaper. So I kind of already told them that I was going to get rid of the phone, but I just didn't know when. So I looked into it, I actually have, you can believe it, I had 10 minutes, 10 free minutes for me to do something here outside of just...
Oh my god, I had 10 minutes. I had 10 minutes to call somebody. Like, how long is this video? This video is 10 minutes. The time he was ranting about, what was it called again? Daylight savings time was 10 minutes.
Work related to, the videos and the streams. And I sat down, I logged into my, business account with Comcast.
He doesn't even have to call them?
I'm paying $40 a month for the service.
$40
and
a month?
$15 a month for the modem rental, because it's a special, phone modem that they have to give you in order to actually get the phone through the internet. They can't just have it go through the regular...
Holy fuck. This man was paying $65 a month American for a landline he doesn't use? And he couldn't figure it out? What the fuck? That's like, I don't know what, like $80, $90 Canadian? He didn't, like, how could you not know that? That's what people make in like a day. Think about that. A full day of minimum wage labor in Canada is less money than that. Or maybe about the same. Phil didn't realize he was spending like $65 a month. Just, but he's poor, guys.
Modem. It goes to a special phone
He's
modem
poor.
or whatever. And I said, I'm paying $55 a month for a fucking phone I never use. Oh my god. I was seriously...
It's a mystery. It's the mystery that Scooby-Doo couldn't solve. Like Scooby-Doo, they asked him, how is Phil losing money? And he's like, Shaggy. And then Scooby-Doo was like, I just don't know. And then some other guy came in and said, what was it again? Anyways, he just pointed out that Phil was a retard.
They cancel it on the spot, but they don't let you. I was trying to do it through the website. They're like, oh, the chat is closed for now. It's too late. Either call the 24-hour service line or just wait till normal business hours tomorrow. And I was like, all right, here's what I'm going to do. Seriously, tomorrow, I think, before I start streaming, I think I'm just going to, try to talk to them through their live chat and say, I don't want it no more. I'm done with this, man. This is ridiculous. $55 a fucking month I'm paying these guys for a phone I don't use.
I love how it's a mystery.
And then all I'll do is I'll just tell my, my condo association here, people, that, I want to change the phone number. I don't want it to be the landline phone that rings when people are trying to get buzzed in. Just buzz my cell phone, Really, honestly, even back when I lived in Connecticut and I moved into that condo there, I didn't want a landline phone there either. But my parents convinced me there to get the landline phone. And even
his parents are fucking detractors.
then I never used it. I told you, my parents are very old school. They just don't understand. They're like, you know, for them, they both have cell phones. Neither of them ever have their cell phone on. Neither of them has a cell phone with a touch screen. I'm not even kidding you. They each have one of those shitty.
Okay,
like,
let's see what else do we have.
Shout out to Waifu Destroyer Matt, who did a $2 tip, and he says, since the Patreon goal in October didn't get hit, maybe you should mix up the goals to increase interest. Have you thought about a live stream cooking with the king? I think that would be the goal. No problem. Hit the goal. No problem. Keep on keeping on. First of all, to do a live stream cooking with the king, I would need to find a way to live stream from my kitchen. The only thing I can think of is my phone, and I can't guarantee that the quality would be great because I've never done that before. So number one, you may have me setting up a goal, we hit the goal, and then the quality of the stream. Or
there's no way to know what the quality would be like if I was to stream in my kitchen. There's no way to test that. There's no way to determine if it would look okay. There's no way for like someone to maybe like to run a test stream, maybe like fire up the phone, see if it works out, and then make the determination if you do it or not. We just are gonna have to wait for the day of the event and see if it works. And if it works, then great. If it doesn't,
video,
then
or whatever you want to say,
it's
is
something I
absolutely
can
terrible. Number two, I don't know what the hell I would make because when I did Cooking with the King, I literally made all the recipes.
Just have a poll.
This is what people don't seem to understand. I've said it a million times over the years and they don't listen. The reason Cooking with the King ended is because I had nothing else to make. The whole point of the series was Phil makes really simple to make meals that gamers could easily make. I mean, think of the things I would make: grilled cheese, scrambled eggs, a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich, French toast. You know, those were the things I was making, and some things that I made I fucked up. Even the most simple things, some things I would fuck up. I don't have anything else I can make. I already made my Italian sauce in videos. It's been done since 2014. I did that, so there's nothing else for me to do.
Nothing else.
And,
Nothing you can do.
I want you to start making an elaborate recipe from a cookbook. Dude, it's not gonna happen. Number one, I'm gonna be by myself. How am I gonna do elaborate cooking by myself? Number two,
how am I gonna do elaborate cooking by myself? How does anybody cook something by themselves? Like, what the fuck does that mean? Is there anything on Earth that requires a second person to help you cook? I guess depending on the size, but I'm just trying to think. Like, I'm trying to think of something that you couldn't make yourself. Could someone in the chat post something like you can't make yourself that you need another person physically present to make?
I'm not a good cook. It's not going to come out good. Like, there's no point in doing this. I want to spend all this time and money making this elaborate meal that comes out like...
All this time and money. All this time and... I don't know, making things isn't really expensive. Buying stuff out is expensive. Most things, especially things people would ask you to make, unless they're asking you to buy some, like, fancy, weird meat, it shouldn't be that expensive.
Wow, that's a great stream for everyone. Me making a pile of shit.
Well,
how about this? I'll do a live
people
stream.
want
I'll just
that.
shit on a plate. Cooking with the King. So, see, that's what I mean. Like, there's no reason. Right, that's why it was called Poorly Cooking with the King. Because it was me basically being silly, making silly little meals. The idea died 6 years ago. Guys, it's been dead for a million years. Here, let me put it this way. Would I consider doing a live stream special event for Patreon? Yes. Would it be Cooking with the King? No.
So people are offering to pay this dude like $1,200 to cook himself a meal on stream, and people would be tipping, cheering, and subbing the whole time, and he could upload it to YouTube to get ad revenue, but he's too stupid to do that.
Think of something else. Give up on holding on to these things from the past that have been dead for a bajillion years. And if someone thinks of something good that's original, yeah, I'll do it. I'm not going to bring back a series that I purposely ended because it had run into the ground. There was nothing else to do with it. All right? Good Lord. Shout out to YOLO Dopper 10. YOLO Dopper 10? No. Let me try that again. Shout out to YOLO Dopper, who did a 10-bit cheer, is what I meant to say. And he says, was the cable worth it, or you went and got a Roku stick? No. I got a Amazon Fire TV stick. And it is amazing. It's, first of all, all the apps that I was previously using, including WWE Network, the Netflix app, and the Amazon Prime, all run better on this Fire TV stick. They don't lag at all. The shows seamlessly resume and pause. The menus work properly, and the controller, the little Alexa controller, is amazing. It's so good. It doesn't. There's no delay moving through the menus at all. It's flawless. I can do voice commands. I can say, for example, when I eat dinner, I watch Star Trek Voyager. So I just hold down a button. I say, play Star Trek Voyager, and it just resumes from where I left off in the series. I don't even need to do anything. It just does it automatically. So yeah, the Amazon Fire TV stick, 2 thumbs up so far, I have to say.
Okay, let's see what else we have.
So last night, I bought Need for Speed Payback, because if you're not aware, guys, I'm starting that playthrough tomorrow. It's actually going to be my main gameplay stream tomorrow. My Twitter followers voted overnight, not yesterday.
Oh, okay, guys. You should get ready for a rant for me, because this one I actually got triggered on. I actually did a comment under this one that got 70 thumbs ups. I actually became like a super I actually managed to get 70 thumbs up and became the top comment on this
and on the poll
video. You'll see why in a minute.
36%. Number 2 was 29%, and that was Horizon Zero Dawn: The Frozen Wild. So I'm going to be starting Need for Speed Payback tomorrow. Okay, so I buy the game, I download it on my PS4. Great. So then I go to pre-order Star Wars Battlefront 2, because I figure I'll pre-order it now, get it out of the way, and then it'll preload during the week or whatever. Your payment method was declined. Now, what? Well, actually, what it said was, your payment method was declined, or the information you have is incorrect. I'm like, now, wait a minute. I just bought Need for Speed Payback with this information. There's no way that this is wrong. It obviously is correct. It's something on Sony's end. So I say, okay, this is stupid. So here's the way it works. It's my PayPal account. This is the PayPal account I tell you guys about. When you guys tip me, that money goes to buy all the new releases, okay? And I have enough money, I definitely have enough money in the account to buy Battlefront 2, so that's not the issue. So I said, okay, let me re-enter all the information, just in case, and so I did, nope, same thing. I said, okay, now here's the thing, a lot of people may not realize this, but PayPal is pretty cool these days. You can actually get a PayPal debit card, and your PayPal debit card allows you to use your PayPal stuff out and about. Like, for example, you know, if you're going to the store and you need to buy something, you can just use a PayPal debit card. Boom, just takes the money right out of your PayPal account. And I have this, and I don't use it all the time, but I use it every once in a while. And I have the card number. So I said, okay, let me try this then. Let me enter this. I'm going to enter this instead. Instead of the PayPal account information, I'm going to enter my debit card information. Enter all that in, go to buy or pre-order Battlefront 2. Oh, your information is incorrect, or it was declined. Like, what is this? This is bullshit, right? So I said, all right, just for the sake of argument, I want to make sure that nothing went wrong with my PayPal account, that there's not a freeze on my PayPal account or something. So I went ahead and I said, well, here's a movie that I'm going to want to watch. It's actually The Dark Tower. That I definitely want to see that movie. And I said, well, I'll rent it. Let me rent it. How much is it? $5? I think it was like $6. Okay. So I said, all right, let's give it a shot. Let's make sure my PayPal account works.
Okay, so he has the money to randomly rent a... Who the fuck rents movies? So he has the money to randomly rent a movie just for the hell of it, but he can't afford to go see a movie in theaters.
I go to do it. Boom. Rents it instantly. No problem. And I'm like, well, it's not my PayPal account, right? And it's not my PayPal account at all. So what is the problem? And the answer is I don't know. So I contacted Sony support, and well, actually, I contacted the Sony Twitter account, and they told me, okay, you're gonna have to go through the formal support chat here. Click here now.
Who the fuck contacts a Twitter account for support?
I haven't had time to do it. They sent me that this morning. I didn't have time to do it. I hope this gets cleared up, because if this is something that's fucked up, I mean, here's the deal. Is it horrendous? No, because what I could do is I could link my PSN account, hopefully, to just like my regular bank account debit card or whatever, and pay for games that way, and then whatever tips you guys give me, I can just put that money into my bank account to pay for them. But this is ridiculous. Like, what happened? How stupid is that?
Why the fuck is he telling us this? This is the most fucking boring story ever.
It's just so dumb. What is the problem? What has gone wrong here? Yeah, I literally bought a game, and then went to buy a second game, and now I get declined. No, and what is the issue? And I know, like I said, I know the PayPal account is fine, because I rented a movie with it, no problem. So what's the problem? Duh. So stupid. So, I'll try again tonight. Okay. I'll try again tonight. If that doesn't work, I'm going to have to do their fucking stupid chat and see if they can figure it out. And like I said, if worse comes to worse, I might have to do the other method where I put in just my bank account debit card and stuff like that. But
this dude is literally having a stream talking about... I don't even, like, guys, do I really need to explain why this is retarded?
Stuff that I would like to do, So I'm gonna have a very busy night tonight, incredibly busy night. And by the way, tonight I will also be going out and getting something to film for a DSP Tries. I'm not sure. It depends on how much time I have, because right now it's not looking like I'm gonna have enough time to do what I want to do with all the other shit that I have to do. So we'll see. Oh, and by the way, that British lad says, try and purchase Battlefront 2 on the PSN store in a browser. It doesn't work, because here's what I did last night. What I did, I also went onto the PSN, or PlayStation.com.
So what would a normal person do? Oh, my PayPal account's having trouble. I'll just use my credit card. Well, but you just can't think of how to do that. Your PayPal should be linked with your bank. Sorry, your PayPal account should be linked with your bank account. Mine is. So if I get money from selling something or Patreon, I can withdraw that money and put it in my bank account. And if I'm paying for something with my PayPal, it just automatically takes the money out of my bank account as if it was an Interact account. So I don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
And I went into what's called My Wallet, which is where it lists all your payment methods. And I tried to basically put money into my wallet via that method so that I could pre-order Battlefront 2, and it was declined there too. It said it didn't work. So, yeah. Ordnight's also did another 10-bit series. 6 years later, do you still eat Pringles? Not really. I don't really snack that much.
Yeah, sure he does.
I'll give you an example. Like last night, if I ever get hungry at night, I'll make something that's something that would be better. For example, last night, I made a bacon, egg, and cheese mini sandwich with egg beaters. If you know where egg beaters are, it's basically egg whites only that are separated from the egg, so that way you don't have the cholesterol and the fat.
What?
From the yolk of the egg. So yeah, I just...
So, wait a minute. So, chips are bad, but bacon and egg sandwiches are okay? What?
Fried up a little bit of egg beater in a pan, you know, put it on a brioche bun with a piece of cheese and like a piece of bacon, and that was my snack, because it was like a breakfast basically.
That's not the kind of thing you should be eating as a snack.
I wouldn't sit around and eat a bag of chips.
But I'd sit around and eat fucking greasy bacon.
You know, I wouldn't sit here and eat a big bowl of ice cream. I don't really do that stuff.
Yeah, sure you don't.
The most I would do, like, I would every once in a while, maybe I would have a few chips, but it's very rare. Like about a month ago, I had kettle cooked chips for the first time in years. Or I might have a little bit of trail mix or something like that. But I'm not just sitting around eating snacks and chips.
Yeah,
it's funny because
sure.
you might remember way back when I had things in my videos like the box of goldfish, the infamous box of goldfish, right? The real reason I bought that box of goldfish was that people who came over to play games with me could snack on them. I barely ate them. That's why it was in my video for so long, this box of goldfish, because I wasn't eating them. They're just sitting there. And if I actually remember, they expired. I never finished them. I threw them out. Wife of Destroyer Matt did a 10-bit cheer and says, the cholesterol in egg yolks was debunked by the British Heart Foundation. It doesn't increase the bad cholesterol. Cholesterol is cholesterol. And I'm getting older. All right? I'm getting older. I'm getting to the point where I need to start looking at things like my diet, and I need to, you know, start making adjustments. I'm not a young kid anymore who, you know, can go out and every single day eat a big greasy burger or a steak or fried chicken. You know, this is all terrible stuff for me. So at this point, that's why this is actually the first time I used those egg beaters or whatever they're called. I didn't get the official name brand. I got like the generic one. It was pretty good. It actually tasted just as good as a regular egg. I'll be honest, I actually don't like the flavor of the egg yolk. I like the flavor of the egg whites.
You're a cock.
So it was actually really good. It was cholesterol free, fat free. Like, it was really good for me compared to a regular egg. So,
what?
You know, even if it's not bad cholesterol, trust me, any cholesterol for me is bad cholesterol.
What? But that's not... Oh my god. This man's gonna... Like, he's retarded. This man is insane. Okay, so for those of, like... I'm just trying to think that, like, all cholesterol is bad. Like, that guy, he literally just blew him off. I looked it up. It's been scientifically proven. While eggs have cholesterol in them, the cholesterol is high-density cholesterol. But not just only that, but there's actually some other chemicals in eggs that dissolve cholesterol. And when you eat them, the chemical goes into your veins and it helps to remove the excess cholesterol from it and clean out your blood vessels. Eggs are literally one of the healthiest foods you can possibly eat. I mean, let's think about this. Let's look at this logically. An egg contains all the nutrients necessary to turn a embryo into a chick. So it has everything needed to do that, and that's a lot of vitamins and stuff. Eggs are one of the healthiest things you can eat. So there's two types of cholesterol: HDL, or high density, and low density cholesterol. Let me find that article. Let's see here. Cholesterol comes from a couple other places. Most of it is a genetic thing, to my understanding, that your body makes it. Let me see here. Let me just find this study I was referencing. Let's see here. I'm just trying to find it. But, I don't know, you can look it up. It has been proven that eggs aren't bad for your cholesterol. And generally, my understanding is cholesterol is largely something that's generated by your body to a much larger extent than other types of, than whatever it is you consume. But I think it does. Give me a second, I'm just trying to find this. Actually, maybe, let me just see. Did I? Oh, okay. I actually found it. That's hilarious. Okay, so this was an article. So I was pissed off by this because Phil is giving bad nutritional information to... it's giving bad nutritional information to probably young people. So HDL is high density cholesterol. So what it does is it goes through your veins and your arteries, and it clears out the low density cholesterol. The low density cholesterol is what sticks to the walls of them, kind of like tar or whatever. But yeah, fat is not even bad either. It just depends what kind of fat you're eating. Let me see here. Egg. Oh no, this isn't about egg. That was just about high density and low density cholesterol. So yeah, it's just, I don't know what to say. It's just, he doesn't know what he's talking about. He's retarded.
There you go. And shout out to Ornites who did a 10-bit cheer. Asked, do I drink wine? No, I do not. But it's not because I don't like it. It's just something that, how can I put it? I've never been in groups of people who liked wine. You know, when I was traveling the country playing Street Fighter, my friends weren't necessarily into that. They were either like hard liquor or beer or whatever. Okay, you know, my ex-girlfriend didn't like wine, so it was, you know, I was interested in maybe trying wine, but she didn't like wine, so I never really got into it. So really, honestly, I've barely ever had wine in my entire life. Would I like it if I tried it? I have no idea. I would maybe like to try some wine and see if I liked it. You know, some people say having a glass of wine a day is actually good for you, but I don't know. So there you go. I'm pretty much a newbie when it comes to wine. Okay. All right. Shout out to Waifu Destroyer Matt, who took me $2. He says, let's see. Been watching since.
Give me a second. I'm just looking through this. Yeah, so as far as we can determine, eggs don't contribute to heart health. So there's also, I think, some chemicals in it that do help with dealing with cholesterol. But anyways, cholesterol is just not.
Street Fighter 4 launched in 2008.
From eggs, it's not a big issue.
Countless hours of entertainment for me and my girlfriend. The problem is your chat bans any opinion that is different from your own. Please allow people to express their views. Of course, because as you know, Waifu Destroyer Matt, every single person that comes into my chat gets banned. I mean, it's obviously this rampant problem where so many people get banned from my stream chat constantly that's why no one attends my stream.
Okay, let me just
watching
go back
Street Fighter 4 launched in 2008. Through all the ups and downs, you provide countless hours of entertainment for me and my girlfriend. The problem is your chat bans any opinion that is different from your own. Please allow people to express their views. Of course, because as you know, Waifu Destroyer Matt, every single person that comes into my chat gets banned. I mean, it's obviously this rampant problem where so many people get banned from my stream chat constantly that's why no one attends my streams, no one contributes at all with cheers, subs, or tips, and I'm going out of business, right? That's why.
Wait a minute, but let's just go back. Let me just really focus on this.
Shout out to Waifu Destroyer Matt, who took me $2. He says, let's see. Been watching since Street Fighter 4 launched in 2008. Through all the ups and downs, you provide countless hours of entertainment for me and my girlfriend. The problem is your chat bans any opinion that is different from your own. Please allow people to express their views. Of course, because as you know, Waifu Destroyer Matt, every single person that comes into my chat gets banned. I mean,
well, a lot of them do. I mean, to a large extent, he could have simply... I mean, they ban a lot of people. How many people do you think Phil's banned over the years? Thousands, tens of thousands? Like, they ban people who are named Tevin, even if they're not the almighty Tevin. They ban people that have names vaguely similar to other Detractor names. They ban people for asking questions. They banned people who said, I don't know, it didn't look that bad to me. Like, some of the times when they were... like, he was complaining about online lag. Like, someone would go, oh, the lag didn't look that bad. And then they would go on and... Yeah, so... They're retarded.
It's obviously this rampant problem where so many people get banned from my stream chat constantly that's why no one attends my streams.
Well, barely anybody attends your streams given the number of subs. Like, DSP, like, a lot of people know your name and none of them watch your streams because you kick them out.
No one contributes.
Given how absurdly over-moderated his streams are and how many people he bans... That's got to really cut into his view count. I mean, you can't grow when you're literally banning everybody. If I blocked everybody who mildly criticized me, like, no one would watch my channel. That's part of the reason he can't grow. Because he won't let his fans have fun.
At all with cheer subs or tips. And I'm going out of business, right? That's why. Oh, wait.
Okay, I'm going to admit, I probably shouldn't be saying this on stream because Phil probably watches these. I'm tempted to go in with a sock account and ask him to make shirts that say nothing I can do. It is what it is, but I digress.
Actually, it's the complete opposite. The problem is there's people who like to come into the chat and they do actually have, issues where they don't listen to the rules.
His rules are so long.
They come in saying stupid shit. They get into arguments.
Oh, okay.
And then they get banned. And then all of a sudden they're innocent. Oh, I'm so innocent. I didn't do anything wrong. I was unjustly banned. This isn't fair. And then they go whine to anyone who wants to hear it. To try to get a sob story out there to the fucking idiots who hate me and act like there's some kind of an epidemic in my street.
Like, to be fair, if people go on my comment section and just flame me, like they just say you sound like a faggot, I will block them. But there's a difference between, like, if Phil wants to block, like, if people come in and they're like, oh, Phil, you're a piece of shit. If people do that, then... and he wants to block him, I support that. Like, he doesn't have to have people in his chat. The issue is he's just so arbitrary about it. It's just so brutal, and he runs it like a forced labor camp. One of the rules is no excessive memeing.
People can't say what they want to say. All right, guess what? Fuck off. Seriously, that doesn't happen. That's not...
So, literally, he's like, you block or ban everyone who disagrees with you. It's just, like I said, if you want to ban people who, like, blatantly troll or fan you, I support that. Flame you, but...
That's what happens in my stream chat. This is not some kind of a totalitarian state where people can't have the time.
Though it is.
I go look at my stream chat, and people are talking about fucking porn stars and sexual and politics, and they're arguing with each other, and I'm like, boy, imagine...
Who cares? You know, Phil, the people who are talking about in that stream chat, they're watching your stream. You're getting ad revenue. Who cares? If people want to talk, like, people just talk about shit. Fuck me.
If my stream chat actually was how people say it is, then none of this would ever happen, right?
Well, you banned all those people.
So, you know what? Seriously, if you are so touchy that you think my stream chat is so overabundant that, oh my god, no one can say anything, fuck off. Go to your little safe space, where your parents...
His chat is a safe space.
Raised you and pampered you your whole life, and, go change your diaper somewhere else. That is not the deal with my stream chat. It's nothing like that at all. It never has been, and it never will be.
No, it is. You ban everybody.
If you feel that way, it's probably because you're an asshole who comes in here trying to break the rules and do...
Yes! Yes! I love how he's saying it. This guy, like, was kissing his ass. This guy was like, Phil, I'm a huge fan of yours. He gave him money. He said, I've been watching you for the last decade. And Phil is fucking tearing this guy through the mud. He's telling him to fuck off. He's telling him he's a detractor and he's a douchebag. He's saying this to someone who supports him. To someone who's consistently supported him over the years. And the funniest thing is this dude's a massive cuck. He's still giving DSP money.
Nasty things to people. You get your hand slapped for it, and then you gotta go cry like a baby. Because, oh my god, I wasn't able to do whatever I wanted anywhere on the planet. It's so unbelievable. Seriously. Well, grow up. Okay. Shout out to Waifu Destroyer Matt, who again did 100 bits here. I guarantee you he's going to argue with me more. Get ready, everyone. Pay me money to argue with me on stream. Here we go. Ready? All right. He says, it does happen if someone comments on you dying constantly, they get banned. Wait, let me try this again. It does happen if someone comments on you dying constantly, they get banned. Racisms and porn don't get banned. Don't talk about safe spaces while you run your channel like this. All right, first of all, I'm here to play games. I'm not here to babysit you. So if you are having a horrendous time in stream chat, there's nothing I can do about it when I'm live streaming. I'm one person. Use your brain, all right? Now, I've said this many times before. If people think that there's an issue with the way that things are being done or being moderated, you have to bring it to my attention. There's plenty of ways to do so.
Well, but he's doing that.
You can write me an email, darksidefil@hotmail.com. You can PM me on the forums, thekingofhate.com. You can tweet. There's a million ways you can reach me. Guess what the most ineffective way of doing it is? Whining on stream in the stream chat. Because all that's going to do is get the mods to kick you and time you out because you're whining in the stream chat and derailing everything instead of letting...
So, what he's saying is if you complain about how they ban people for anything, everything... then you'll get banned for complaining about people getting banned.
Evidence that there's misbehavior, send it my way. But I'll be honest with you, I get this all the time. Oh, Phil, did you hear this mod did this, and then they send me the chat log. I say, okay, now I'm gonna really look at the chat log because I actually log everything that happens in this chat room. Come to find out, that's not what happened at all. They give me something that was completely out of context, doesn't show that the person in question has been acting like an asshole for 4 straight days, and that eventually led to them getting banned or something like that. I very rarely, if ever, have seen any kind of misbehavior by moderators or anything like that. Yeah, sometimes people will talk about risque stuff, but I just explained to you, if there really was an ongoing issue with the stream chat, okay? Why the hell do you think anyone would ever be here?
Because they're
you got the problem and no one else has the problem? Maybe you're the problem.
I love that. That's amazing. The fact that, like, there's people in his... Well, how about the fact, Phil, that you can't pay your bills? How about the fact that you have to beg for money on stream to make ends meet? Isn't that kind of evidence that you're doing something wrong? But no, the problem here isn't the man who lives in his serious adult house who can't pay his bills. The problem here is a guy who's a fan of yours who you just told to fuck off. He's the problem here. Okay.
Ever think of that? Holy shit. Oh boy. Ladies and gentlemen, can you believe that Waifu Destroyer Matt tipped me another $2 just to say something else? Alright, I'm going to entertain this one final time and that's it. I'm going to read what he has to say. He says, so my case in point, I made a 100-bit cheer to reply to you commenting on my last donation and I was banned for 30 minutes and cheer was deleted. This is why you viewers will not stay on the channel. Sort it out, you can get more popularity. I'm trying. Dude, I just explained while reading your cheer why you were going to get kicked. Because you're the only one complaining. You are the one derailing everything. You're the one causing the drama. Therefore, you're the one that's going to get kicked, stupid. Oh my god, it doesn't matter that you throw money at me. If you act like an idiot, you're going to be treated like one. Holy shit, people are fucking thick-headed. Seriously. So wait, I can't just go on any streamer stream and throw money at them and say whatever the fuck I want and derail everything constantly? Oh, that's horrible moderation. Fuck off. Serious. Some people are here to just watch me play a game and have fun. Instead, I gotta talk to you for 25 minutes here. Get the fuck out. What an idiot. Scruff Shark is asking, how did he derail? Dude, you don't realize that the guy was purposely cheering and sending me tips to try to create drama about chat moderation when no drama existed? It's probably the same guy who on the forum started a thread about it. Although it's funny because the guy who started that thread got unbanned because it was a mistake. Someone had actually misclicked by accident and accidentally banned the guy. It was a total legitimate, honest mistake, and the guy was immediately unbanned. But then 2 idiots decided to join the thread on the forums and start complaining, whining. Everyone gets banned. Everyone gets banned. Like, dude, no one is complaining about this but you. And this guy sounds exactly like the person from the forum, so I guarantee it's the same fucking idiot. So there you go. You spent $5 to waste about 10 minutes of all of our time. Nothing was gained. You look stupid. My moderators are fine. I've looked into it, and there's no evidence of any wrongdoing. And I'm $5 richer, so thanks, moron. Unbelievable.
Well, that guy's... Well, he's a cuck, so he's gonna keep giving him money regardless. So, there we go. That was the way we saw this month. A couple of we saw the Phil this month. So yeah, maybe we'll do one at the end of the month. I just wanted to touch on this Sammy Samosa thing, and I also wanted to talk about life being an ongoing detractor in DSP's existence. Well, I hope you had fun, guys. Good night, and I'll talk to you.